you wrong 'un. Right, are you ready for a lesson? Russell Brand. Sit down at the back of the class and listen up. Russell Brand. The scandal has been a distraction. It's been a distraction from something really, 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 really important. But we didn't realise. Now we do. I'm going to give you a very important date. The King's Speech. King Charles III. King's Speech, 7th of November 2023. That's going to be the 4th session of the 58th Parliament, whatever that means. Possibly the last before the next general election. May? Anyone? So in the King's Speech, what happens? The King says to his Parliament, to his government, "Oi, right, lads and lasses, this is what I want you to do, and this is what I want you to put into law." But basically, the government and Parliament already have given him the speech to address Parliament with. You know, Black Rod? Comedy opening. So Black Rod, why on earth do they call him Black Rod? So Black Rod, knock on the door. "Oi, Rollins, in here." So they all trot in, and then the King goes, "Oh, hello. Right, you're my government. This is what I want you to do." Well, they already know what you're going to tell them because they've designed the speech, almost. What is it that the snake oil sellers at the Pink Palace in London have been at it with? The online safety bill's just been released. Do you know what the detail of it is? Well, sit down at the back. Don't get boisterous, I'm going to tell you. The online safety bill. Your government loves you. Don't worry, you can go back to sleep. Your government loves you. Have you seen Adam Curtis, all watched over by machines of love and grace? Maybe you should try and find it, because that'll give you an insight into what the snake oil sellers are up to. So the online safety bill, they're going to protect the adults. Now, surprisingly, that's me and you. Honestly, that's me and you. We need protecting. From what, I've no idea. But they're telling us that some nasty things are online. So obviously, they need to protect us. And they're putting that into law. And look, I'm being facetious, but there are some things that some adults really don't need to have in front of their eyeballs. There's some stuff online that people shouldn't see, because there are some impressionable people, and they can be very, very impressionable, and that should not be online. I agree. And part of that is the online safety bill. But protecting adults from what? Well, I'm going to tell you. But before I tell you, because I think it might surprise you, before I tell you, this is what the online safety bill decrees to the social media platforms. All in-scope services, that's social media platforms, that's just clever words for social media, will have to put in place measures to prevent illegal activity and remove illegal content when it does appear. So I'll just give you that again. All in-scope services will have to put in place measures to prevent illegal activity and remove illegal content when it does appear. Now, what does that include? Oh, stuff that we don't need to discuss now, but what it does include that we do need to discuss: content about illegal immigration and people smuggling. I'll say that to you again. It will be illegal to post content about illegal immigration and people smuggling. Illegal. Against the law. You can't do it. They don't say what will happen if you do. Maybe it's just down to those in-scope services, those social media platforms, to get their job done. But you do know that these snake oil sellers, if you give them a yard, they'll take 300 mile. Or certainly the 20-odd mile over to France. So I won't be able to tell you, I won't be able to post content about illegal immigration. And I won't. But I might post stuff about economic migrants, which is different. Similar, but different. They're not illegal. And people smuggling? Who's making the money? Well, I will tell you this. Do you notice how it was announced yesterday, before the online safety bill was announced, that the government, via one of its departments, said that it's currently spending about £8 million a day. That's nearly £3 billion a year to house illegal immigrants. Sorry, economic migrants. I won't even be able to use that word. I won't be able to use those words. the economic migrants are costing me and you our taxes. Because please differentiate when they say the government is spending £8 million a day or nearly £3 billion a year. I think you'll find it's me and you, because it's our taxes that they're using, seemingly on our behalf. Is Nicola Sturgeon housing any yet? So who's going to oversee this? Ofcom. Ofcom's going to be in charge and will oversee. They are going to be the regulators. And do you know how they're going to regulate it? Just in case any of these in-scope services, social media, actually don't do as they're told. Ofcom, being the regulator, will fine any company that breaches the online safety bill over £18 million. Now, that's a really weird amount to just look out of the air. Do you not think? 18 million quid. Michael Jackson paid off somebody $18 million, 12 million quid. Prince Andrew paid off somebody $18 million, 12 million quid. So where does £18 million come in? How do they come by that number? It's either 18 million quid or 10% of their annual global turnover. Now, some of these social media platforms are billionaires. So 10% of their annual global turnover is quite a whack. And Ofcom will have power to take appropriate action against all social media companies, no matter where they're based. So if it's an American or European or Eastern Bloc or Chinese or Russian, if it's anywhere on the globe, they can find them. I mean, I'm not sure whether the social media platforms will pay it. Might set it against tax. Who knows? But it's interesting that they're saying any illegal content, and there's other bits and pieces, but the most prescient is illegal immigration and people smuggling. So that's where we are with the online bill. So go back to sleep. The Russell Brand scandal will rumble on for a little while longer, although the newspapers are not really covering it anymore. Maybe they got bored. Who knows? But he's not being charged, not being arrested, nothing. It's all supposition and rumour, as it stands. Now, if there is any evidence, then the rule of law should apply. But as it stands, they've used the Russell Brand scandal to get this by you, and in 5 or 6 weeks' time, when the king goes, right, you wrong-uns, put this into law, then it's going to be. And you won't have a voice. You won't be able to dissent. You won't be able to do anything, and neither will I. Because we're adults, and our government loves us, and our government has to protect us. More coming. My name's Adrian Allen. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel for any new videos coming. But most of all, thank you for your indulgence. KBO. And don't forget the Battenberg.